Hello guys and welcome back to another video. We're going to be doing the February Q&A Talk Geeky to Me, Geekaway. There's way too many hashtags there. We're going to be doing that video today, so basically if you're new to the channel, hello, hi, how are you? My name is Kim, aka Geekerella, and I make comic book style videos, geek style videos, all kinds of random things, you know, I'm branching out, but all different kind of geeky videos here on this channel. So this is kind of a new thing that I've introduced this year. Every single month I ask you guys to ask me a whole bunch of questions, hashtag them Talk Geeky to Me, and I bunch them all together as much as I can and want to answer in one video and answer them all. And the best question, the one that I pick, will get sent a free item. So it's called a Geekaway because I'll be sending you a free geeky item. All you have to do is leave me a comment on any video, but probably most specifically it would be best to leave it on the Q&A videos, the Talk Geeky to Me videos. All you have to do is leave me a comment and hashtag it Talk Geeky to Me and ask one question. I know you guys like asking a lot of questions, but one question, please. Otherwise it gets quite chaotic. So I picked out the best questions that may have got missed last time, or new questions that I received, that I'm going to answer in this video. So let's jump straight into it. First question is by Jim Curl, and he asks, what is the destination for the trip of your dreams? I have traveled a fair amount, but there are so many different places that I still want to go to. And I'm going to say my absolute destination trip would probably have to be Egypt. I have never been able to get there, but I have such a crazy obsession with Egypt ever since I was a young child. I absolutely loved ancient Egypt, everything about the pyramids, about the pharaohs, about the Egyptian gods and the way they mummified, you know, just all different types of things about the culture. I absolutely love the artifacts, just everything. And when I was younger, I actually made these weird information, like PowerPoints on Egypt, about certain parts of Egypt, like, you know, like their mummification rituals and all the different pharaohs and the tombs and stuff like that. But like, they weren't for a project or anything. This is during primary school, so I was probably like, maybe like 6 to 10, and I would like create these PowerPoints on the computer and just like have them for myself and just find the pictures on the internet and just like stick them to it and kind of like learn about Egypt's culture and stuff. It was kind of random as a child, but then when it came to university, I was choosing between going into film and TV or becoming an Egyptologist. I wanted to be an archaeologist, go to Egypt and be an Egyptologist. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I did fortunately decide to go into film and TV. Maybe I could make films about ancient Egypt, but that was the crossroads in my life where I was like, which side am I going to go to? So I would have to say, before I die, I 100% want to visit Egypt, and I really hope the pyramids don't get destroyed before I go and see them, because I feel like I definitely have to see them, and that is a trip that I have to make. I want to go see the pyramids and everything that Egypt has to offer. Next question is by Splitback, and they ask, what was the first comic you bought? I'm going to say the first comic that I remember buying, so nothing that was given to me as a present or handed down to me. The first comic I actually remember purchasing was only a few years ago, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was the first volume of the New 52 Action Comics, which was actually terrible. What a way to start. Next question is by Anna, and you asked a lot of questions, so I'm just going to pick one out of that list, which is, what would be your favorite comic book movie of all time? Oh my god, there's so many, but if I was going to go for a hard favorite, I would have to say Spider-Man 2, because it's always been a favorite of mine. Also the first Spider-Man film as well, so both the two by Sam Raimi, we'll forget the third one. Those were just my go-to superhero films. I love them. They really got me into superheroes and first started me off in Marvel, so I really feel like those are definitely my favorite. Next question is by Brandon Simon. He asks, what is your favorite Deadpool comic of all time? Whew, there are so many! Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go with, though, Night of the Living Deadpool. I really enjoyed that comic, and the Return of the Living Deadpool wasn't as great as the first one, but I still absolutely love them to death, and I've reread them like so many times. I really enjoy them, so probably that series will be my favorite Deadpool comic. Next question is by Crystal Anderson, and she asks, do you tend to pick up comics that aren't current, and if so, can you include them in your hauls? I don't overly pick up comics that aren't current in my weekly pulls, just because I pick up so many books. Occasionally my comic book store does have like comic book clearances and stuff like that. It's really good to get there on free comic book day because they have like these amazing deals. So you can go and pick up a lot then. So generally I do pick up like a lot in bulk, I would say, but when it comes to weekly pulls, I don't tend to pick up older comics because they're a bit more random for me, and I do like having trades for older comics rather than single issues. But I am going to be doing a big comic book collection, so I feel like I do it every 2 years. I did one back in 2014, I've done one in 2016, and I'm going to be probably doing one this year, which is 2018. So it seems like every 2 years I roughly make a big comic book collection video. So I think this year I will, and I will be going through a lot of stuff that I have picked up over the past 2 years, which is like a massive amount of stuff. I've got so many boxes of comics and kind of older comics that I really want to show you guys. Next question is by Brian Dempsey, and he asks, how do you currently store your comics? I have this really massive cube shelf of like 16 squares, like they're pretty popular at the moment. I got one of those that I put all my graphic novels in, and then I've got boxes of my single comics in all of the rest of the holes. Once it's sorted, I will make a video on it of like how I store my comics, because that's so all of my single issues are in the boxes and all of my graphic novels are just slotted into the different shelves. So I feel like it's a good system, it keeps everything neat, nothing gets bent. And I've definitely learned a lot over the past few years just how to keep comics in really good condition, making sure they're all bagged and boarded and everything like that. So that's how I store them. I make sure to keep them all in the one shelf. Next question is by Lil Toxic, and they ask many questions, which most of them I've answered before. So I'm going to answer the middle one, and they ask, how large is your family? So I come from a family of 5. I've got my mum, my dad, and I've got a younger sister and a younger brother. I've also got lots of cousins on either side as well, so it is quite a large family. Next question is by The Art Collective 102, and they ask, do you watch all of the CW superhero Arrowverse shows? Now, originally I did. I first started with Arrow and I thought it was great. I've seen maybe like 3 or 4 seasons of Arrow, and then I just dropped off because I just got so bored of it. Really loved The Flash from the beginning. I think I might be up to either season 3 or 4, but I was just getting a little bored waiting for the episodes each week, so I thought I'll just stop and then catch up, but then I never actually caught up. So Supergirl was the main one that I was keeping up to date with, but now I'm behind by like I think 15 episodes, so I'm not really up to date. I have never watched Legends of Tomorrow, and I haven't watched Black Lightning, so, and I haven't even seen the crossover event between all of the shows either, like the big one. So I'm very behind on that. I just feel like I'm not really into the shows anymore. Like, I've kind of gone to this stage of like really dark, gritty shows. So, you know, like The Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Black Mirror, American Horror Story. So going back to these kind of family-friendly Hallmark style shows where you learn about morals and how perfect the world is and everything's great at the end just kind of irks me a bit. So I've kind of just gone off the whole CW commercial, beautiful way that they do their shows. I used to be into it when I was younger, when I was a teenager, you know, watching The Vampire Diaries, Gossip Girl, all that kind of stuff. But now I'm just kind of a bit over it. So I feel like the DC shows are kind of leaning towards that, where I much prefer like Gotham because it's a bit darker. It does have a bit of a cringeworthy outtake sometimes, but it is a lot better than any of the CW shows in my opinion. So I do follow Gotham, and I do follow Lucifer as well. Lucifer is another favourite of a DC show that I actually watch. I will be also watching Krypton, so that'll be coming out. I will be watching that. No matter what, if it's bad, I don't care, I'm still gonna watch it because it's Superman. Next question, I have been asked a lot. Oh my god, there's so many. And it is, what do you think of Brian Michael Bendis coming into DC and taking over Superman? Honestly, I feel like I'm okay with it. Like, I think he is a good writer. He's created some great characters. And though I've absolutely loved Thomasy and Gleason together on Superman, they have been just so great with Super Sons and Superman. They've just done such a great job of, you know, building that universe up for us, and it's it's just been a joy reading everything. I've loved every minute of it, and I think Jurgens has done really well on Action Comics. Hasn't been as good as Superman and Super Sons, but it has definitely taken it to a limit that I never thought I would enjoy in Action Comics. So it will be very interesting to see issue 1000 by Bendis and kind of see what happens there. And I am very excited for this new Man of Steel series coming out, the mini-series that has been talked about, because like I'm always going to want more Superman series. Like that's totally awesome. I'm not expecting it to be bad, so we'll see how everything goes down. The last question of the day is by J.A. Mushroom, and he asks, which artist has had a deep impact on you in the last 5 years? I'm not sure any artist has had like a deep impact on me. There are definitely artists that I appreciate. I don't think any of them have kind of come out and like made me rethink my life or anything like that. But one of my favorite artists is definitely Cliff Chiang. I think he does beautiful drawings. They are very simple, but I just love the way that they're colored and the way that they're drawn, and just the way that he kind of has his own take on the characters that he's drawing. So I would probably say he's my favorite artist, so it's probably going to be him. I think this has gone way over time and I'm losing light from outside, so that is it for all the questions this time, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Winner of this month's Geekaway is Crystal Anderson. Thank you so much for sending in your question. Please go on Twitter and send me a direct message there, because I think that's the best form to kind of chat with you about how I can send you this gift thing. So definitely go to Twitter and send me a direct message on there, and then we can discuss about sending you a free item. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And if you would like to ask me a question for next month's Geekaway, please hashtag it TalkGeekyTome and leave me a comment below. You can go over to Twitter, leave me a comment over there and at me. All of my social media links are in the description below. I have Twitter, I have Instagram, I have Goodreads. I also have Snapchat, and that is over on my Twitter if you want to go have a look at that. I have a few new videos coming out, specifically my January comic book haul, because it's now pretty much March. I need to get that out. So I have that coming out, a few more videos. I'm going to try and keep as active as possible on here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.